History being made in the medical industry here in Grand Bahama, involving a local doctor and a state-of-the-art facility. Some welcome news for the island of Bimini and the Bank of the Bahamas. And the search is on for thieves who struck at a local youth center.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all, I'm Megan Shepard. It's so great to have you with us. Topping news, history is being made in the medical field in the country as a Bahamian physician now sits at the helm of a state-of-the-art facility as president. This as changes in the ownership and management structure of Okeanos Center for Regenerative Medicine here on Grand Bahama Island signals both expansion and growth in the future. Kimberly Mullings reports.
The new role as president of Okeanos allows me to lead our clinical team as well as in be involved in the management of our patients.
Bahamian anesthesiologist Dr. Vincent Burton was named president of the Okeanos Center for Regenerative Medicine in July, a step he describes as bold for Okeanos, calling the new position a great opportunity.
I feel as though the mindset, the skill set, and the vision that we have at Okeanos and myself is a good combination that will allow Okeanos to be better, more advanced. We're gonna, like I say, we're gonna be focusing a lot on the scientific data, and I think we're gonna do a great thing here at Okeanos.
Dr. Burton's professional training reads like a laundry list of achievements. He received his Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery degree from the University of the West Indies. He went on to complete residency training in the United Kingdom at Queen's Hospital of Staffordshire, Norfolk and Norwich University Hospital, as well as Cambridge University's Addenbrooke's Hospital. Additionally, he's a Fellow of the Royal College of Anaesthetists. He has been a member of the team at Okeanos since the center opened its doors in 2014.
I've been the chief anesthesiologist at Okeanos since we opened, and I've been able to be involved in the majority of patients who we have treated. We have treated over 350 patients so far, and I've been involved in the sedation and basically the care of those patients from that time until now.
Okeanos performs procedures that address an array of neurologic, cardiovascular, orthopedic, and urologic conditions with stem cell therapy. Dr. Burton says he was attracted to the facility.
Okeanos was the first center in the Bahamas to be fully licensed by the Ministry of Health and the National Stem Cell Ethics Committee. And I was always wanting to be involved in cutting-edge medicine, of course. And so this gave me a golden opportunity to be involved in a cutting-edge facility. This facility at Okeanos has state-of-the-art. We have a cath lab, that's the only one on the island. And we have an excellent facility for outpatient procedures.
Dr. Burton says Okeanos remains committed to furthering the development of the regenerative medicine field globally through the collection of clinical data from patients, and they have made significant financial investments to do so.
We're partnering in collaboration with the patients, doctors, wherever they come from, to make sure we get good clinical data for the patients and the follow-up so that we can be on the cutting edge and help to drive the standard of care of patients receiving stem cell therapy.
Dr. Burton says he is confident that as Okeanos continues to grow, it will have a positive effect on the economy, both locally and nationally.
We're expecting to have more patients, and with more patients, that means we need more staff. We're expecting that Okeanos will grow, and of course, there will be employment opportunities in the future.
Kimberly Mullings, ZNAS Network News.
Some welcomed news for the northern island of Bimini as a major void has been filled following the closure of a bank that has serviced the needs of that island for more than 5 decades. Italia Hall has more.
Earlier this year, Biminites were disappointed about the news that Royal Bank, after more than 50 years of service, would be closing its doors, leaving the island known as the gateway to the world in a state of uncertainty. Well, on Monday, that situation changed for the better as Bank of the Bahamas opened its doors to the public in Alice Town. Chairman of the board of Bank of the Bahamas, Wayne Arana, says the bank is now pleased to fill a major void on that northern island.
And looks forward to a fruitful and beneficial relationship with the residents and business enterprises in that community and in the neighboring keys. It is the bank's intention to render effective and efficient services to its customers with positive results for its shareholders, including the government of the Bahamas, the majority shareholder.
In a telephone interview with ZNS News, Chief Counselor Robbie Smith stated that even though the bank is not fully operational, Biminites are excited.
Right now they are doing deposit, but with the system not fully hooked up with the telco fiber line, we're still in the process of trying to get all of that in place. And once that gets in place, then Bank of the Bahamas should be operating fully with withdrawals and all of that. So it's just happy to see that step forward, to know that Bimini has the bank now. I'm more happy for the elderly people that deal with their pension. Yesterday was pension. Everybody got their check.
Despite this major breakthrough, those residents who have accounts at Royal Bank are still concerned about the transition.
Well, a lot of people wasn't too happy about it, because it's, we were set in our own way, and time brings changes, and to know, they had to open an account with Bank of the Bahamas, and now they have money in Royal Bank, and that means, I don't know if some of them saying they would probably have to go to Nassau or Freeport to take the money out of Royal Bank and and put it in BOB. So it's up and down. Some are happy to know, and then some are saying, but I still have money in Royal Bank. So I guess in due time, I think everything should be settled.
The chief counselor added that there are many Bahamians from other islands who live and work in Bimini, and having a bank on the island is essential.
Happy to know that, after 4 months or 5 months actually, when we first met with Bank of the Bahamas 5 months ago, and they were starting to get in place then, because they know Royal Bank was leaving. So now it finally came to head, and now we are operating with our Bank of the Bahamas.
Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Natalia Hall.
In a statement issued by the Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance, the Honorable K. Peter Turnquest, he stated that the government of the Bahamas is pleased that the Bank of the Bahamas launched its services in Bimini this past Monday. This, he says, is in keeping with the government's commitment to the people of Bimini to ensure that they are provided with quality banking services and to facilitate economic commerce on the island. The Deputy Prime Minister also encouraged Biminites to take advantage of this service to ensure that it becomes profitable for the bank and the island of Bimini overall. As institutions across the country prepare for the opening of the new school year, the Grand Bahama Division of the Bahamas Union of Teachers is also looking forward to that day as officials brace themselves for some challenges. Area Vice President of the Bahamas Union of Teachers, Quinton LaRota, expressing optimism regarding the new school year. He says when it comes to an overall assessment, he cannot grade the readiness of schools until students and teachers have returned to the classrooms and tested the facilities.
The repairs from the hurricane last year are pretty recent. Some of those repairs were done late, and I think even though that was a matter of frustration back then, one of the things it mitigated against having to invest heavily in repairs now, because the schools are recently repaired. And so I'm looking forward to when the teachers and the kids come back and they give me a report after the first week of school, that they could say, well done, and the campus is functional and ready to go.
He says that while he does anticipate some staffing concerns, he assures the public that those issues will be dealt with as soon as possible.
We usually have some issues with programs, with technical and vocational areas. I know that there was a recruitment drive to Cuba in an attempt to fill those areas. And so I think this year we may be better in those areas than previous years. But like I said, we'd have to wait till school open to see who all comes back. I'm also aware that there's some teachers that are ill, facing some serious challenges with their health, and they may not report back.
Teachers will return to the classroom in less than 1 week, and for many, it will be their first time as professional educators. LaRota offers some encouraging advice.
I'm in a good mood in terms of I'm very optimistic about what we can do this year and moving on in the can-do spirit. The only challenge I see us having as a union really would be internally. We had a change in leadership very recently, and there's some adjustment period that it's not going as well as I would like. But that's something that we'll address internally.
The area VP says he is thankful to all teachers that make such a positive impact on the lives of young people. A major blow for a popular center on Grand Bahama that has become a hub for musical training and youth development. Shashina Roll has more.
The Kevin G. Tomlinson Center is known as a safe haven for many youngsters on Grand Bahama, a place where children go to discover how to maximize their full potential. But on Monday night, Tomlinson says, as he was packing up to go home, a weird feeling came over him.
I was wrapping up some work inside the office and I was about to leave, and normally I have to go to the back and make sure the garbage is secured for collection and everything. And when I went to the back, I knew I was being watched. I just knew something. I felt something. It felt like I was being watched.
Nonetheless, he says he then secured the property, but it was during the wee hours of Tuesday morning that he realized why he had that unsettling feeling.
I woke up about 5:30, 6 o'clock the next morning, and normally what I do is I check the camera system in the building on my phone to make sure that everything is secured and everything. So when I checked the camera system, all of the cameras were pointing up at the ceiling. And I said, now, don't tell me some kid decided to be mischievous and go, but I don't remember them it being up in the ceiling. Anyway, immediately I dashed here. This was shortly after 6 that morning. And when I came, I didn't see any forced entry or anything like that. So I said everything probably was intact. Someone must have was just playing around.
But no one was playing around. The center had been burglarized.
But when I came and I saw where a door was, the back door was dealt with, they came in through there, and I looked at the camera, and the cameras were all up in the roof, and I realized somebody was here. And when I came into the main hall, then I saw one of our units was gone, and the other one they had started dismantling it to take it. I guess it was too much for them.
Tomlinson is saddened by this senseless crime and notes that this burglar did not only hurt him, but the children of this community.
I have to keep these doors open because I know what this place means to the community and the amount of young people who pass through these doors. So for me, the disheartening part is not the material air condition. It's about people in my community who don't get it.
Shashina Roll, ZNS Network News.
In other news, police in Grand Bahama need the public's assistance in locating two suspects. The first is 36-year-old Jonathan Chalice Smith, aka JC, of number 33 Young Husband Avenue, Freeport. He is described as having brown complexion, average build, and is wanted by the Central Detective Unit for stealing by reason of service. The second suspect is Jonathan Matthew Smith, age 36, of number 46 Gambia Drive. He is described as medium build, dark brown complexion, and dark brown eyes. If you have any information on the whereabouts of Jonathan Chalice Smith or Jonathan Matthew Smith, you are asked to contact the Central Detective Unit in Grand Bahama at telephone numbers 350-3107-12, 911-919, or call your nearest police station. Stay with us, there's more news right after this break.